Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jenna, and today I'm going to be walking you through our whole potty training journey, all the tips and tricks I have with things that helped us in potty training our oldest daughter. Our oldest daughter just turned 2 in July, and we potty trained her last winter. She was 20 months when she finally was like pretty much fully potty trained. So this is what we learned. This is what worked for us. Potty training is very different for each kid, just like anything else you teach your kid is just, they're their own people, it's different things will work better for some kids, and the same things that worked for one kid may not work for the next. But with that being said, the amount of laundry that needs to be folded in my house right now is disgusting. There's so much of it, and it's clean, ready to be folded, so I'm going to be taking this opportunity to fold some laundry while I tell you about our potty training experience. I hope you don't mind. This is probably going to be a longer video because I have, I think, 13 points to make, some longer, some shorter. But I will make sure to do timestamps either in the description, or if I can figure out how to make like chapters on YouTube where you can click them and it will take you to that section. But I will do that because I know not everybody wants to listen to me ramble for however long this video takes. I'm not going to be just like chit-chatting or anything while I'm folding laundry. I'm going to make this still an ordered video, but I have to get my laundry done. So grab a snack, grab a drink, or fold your laundry with me if you have any. I'm sure you do. I think everybody has laundry to fold at all times. So with that being said, I'm gonna go get my laundry and then we'll get started. Okay, I hope you don't mind. We're not gonna have a super cute background or anything, but this is just more practical to do it on the floor. So I've got a notebook page front and back filled, and if I'm looking down a lot, that's why. So the first points I'm gonna be talking about have to do with before you start potty training, when you're preparing to potty train and preparing your child mainly. So kids, just like people in general, don't like surprises very much, like big surprises where big changes are happening. So they like to be in the loop just as much as we like to be in the loop. No one likes to be left out of information. Try and prepare your child. Don't just like all of a sudden one day decide you're gonna potty train. So the first point in helping prepare your child is getting them comfortable with the toilet, the bathroom, potty, the potty chair. So ways to do that is to bring them potty with you. So whenever you have to go to the bathroom, I know it's a little bit annoying because you have to bring your kids everywhere and they follow you everywhere and you can never do anything by yourself. But as often as you go to the bathroom, try and bring your child with you, because it's going to help show them that it's normal. It's something that's just a part of our life, and it may even get them interested in what the bathroom is. Another thing to help them get them comfortable is when you do bring them to the bathroom with you, vocalize what you're doing. Narrate your bathroom experience. As weird as that sounds, just say, oh, mommy has to go potty. Do you want to come in the potty with me? And then when you go to the bathroom, be like, yay, mommy or daddy went potty. Yay, I went in the toilet. Woohoo. I don't know. Just tell them what you're doing and make it seem exciting. Another way that can help them get comfortable with the potty is letting them sit on the potty. Whether you have a baby potty chair, a seat that goes on the toilet, or just holding them on the big toilet by itself, let them sit on there even if they're not going, just so they get comfortable with what it is, and they're not scared of it because they've never sat on a potty before. So it will help them be more comfortable when the time comes to actually start potty training them. It won't be this foreign throne that you're just throwing them on and seeing what happens. So my next point in preparing them for potty training is explain to them what they are doing if you can catch them in the act, if you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna go get my baby because she is making lots of noise over there. Okay, baby Tatum is now on the bed behind the camera, so if you hear noises, it's baby. So as I was saying, just explain to them what they did or what they're doing, and that will help them get comfortable with that body function. It will help them learn what that feeling is before they have to go, and just overall get more used to it. The next point in getting your child comfortable with the potty is explain to them. Again, explaining is key, especially for toddlers and older babies. They really do understand more than we give them credit for, and it's so important in helping them understand. So explain to them that soon they're not going to be using diapers anymore, and they're growing up, and soon it's going to be time to go potty in the big kid potty chair, or the or the toilet, whatever you decide to call it. Just explain that soon they're gonna be using the toilet like mommy and daddy. So, or if they have older siblings, you could even use them as an example, like your big brother goes on the potty chair, like your big sister. Just explain that soon they're not going to wear diapers anymore. Now, the last point in preparing them for potty training, this is only applicable to some people if you want to buy them, or if you do. Cloth diapers are super helpful. For us, it actually worked really well because we had started our daughter in cloth when she was a baby, and then we moved and we're living with family, and I then stopped doing cloth because it was too hard to do it while sharing laundry with a lot of people. And then once we moved out, I put her back in cloth, and that was kind of like a change because she realized she didn't like the feeling of peeing in a cloth diaper. They just help the baby feel more, I guess, it helps the baby feel the wetness more. It doesn't wick it away as much as disposables do. So it would be a really good option if you haven't used cloth diapers before to buy a set or even just a couple and use them so that when they do pee, they feel the sensation of like a wet diaper, because most of the time babies don't like that, or older babies at least, and that was something that was really helpful for us. But I know that's only applicable if you use cloth or if you're willing to buy some. So that's my last tip in preparing your child. So now on to when you actually start. You can wait until your child shows cues and like signs that they're ready to potty train. We did not, because I really wanted to make sure that we got it done because I didn't want to have two in diapers. So the first point, and when you do start, my best advice is to ditch the diapers. Just don't even bother using them because we want the child to feel their accidents, because that ultimately is going to make them realize what they're doing, peeing. It's going to give them the sensation of what it is to go to the bathroom so that eventually they can tell us when they had the feeling before they actually go. So ditch the diapers, tell them we're saying bye-bye to diapers. I know it's hard, especially if you have to go out in public places. Again, if you do have to go out in public, I would use cloth or even just like layer a bunch of undies together, because we really want to get away from the diapers and just say we're done with diapers. If you want to be potty training just once and then you're done, ditch the diapers, because if you keep diapers around and you keep using them, it's gonna kind of confuse the child and you're gonna fall back on them, and it's just gonna be a cycle, you know? Up to you, but that's my advice. One more note to add about saying goodbye to disposables is that we use cloth diapers for nighttime, because then she would still feel that sensation of a wet diaper overnight, and hopefully that helped train her to stop going in the middle of the night. Most kids' bodies will naturally learn to stop going in the middle of the night as they get older, so don't stress about potty training through nighttime. I would just keep some diapers on hand just for nighttime and explain that they're only for nighttime. So that's what we did. Now, in saying that, prepare for messes, because you're going to be cleaning up accidents. Have disinfectant, wipes, new pairs of pants around the house, wherever. Just prepare for messes because you will be cleaning up accidents. Now, when they do have an accident, explain to them what they did. Explain that they peed or went number 2, whatever you decide to call any of those things. Explain that they went on the floor or in their pants or whatever. Don't make it into a negative thing like, oh, don't do that. No, you're not supposed to have an accident. Don't make it into like a huge negative deal. But just try and direct them to the potty. So as soon as you see them having an accident, you want to keep your eyes on them very closely if you can. And as soon as you see them starting to have an accident, rush them to the potty, sit them on the toilet, even if they've already gone on the floor all the way. Just say like, oh, let's go potty in the toilet instead. Let's try and make it to the potty. So if they have an accident, quickly set them on the toilet, let them sit there for a few minutes, tell them, oh, you pottied on the floor, let's try and go in the toilet instead. And try and do that as often as you can. Try and catch them before they have a full accident so that they can pee a little bit in the toilet, so that you can praise them for that. But yeah, explain what accidents are and that we want to go in the toilet instead. My next point is no lecturing. I know it's hard, especially when you're on like day 4 of potty training and you've cleaned up 20 accidents and you're so sick of cleaning up pee and all that jazz, but try and really keep your patience. We don't want to make it a negative thing. the more negative you are, the more they're going to be confused, like, well, where am I supposed to go? It's a big change for them because they've been used to peeing in their diaper their whole life. And so now that they are just all of a sudden wetting themselves all day, they're getting really confused. So try and be patient with them. They are learning just as much as you're learning how to teach them. They're learning, and it's very overwhelming for both of you. So no lecturing. We don't want to make it negative. We only want positive reinforcement. So that's very important. The positive side of that is praise. Kids, and I think humans in general, even animals. So we're going to praise them if they even have a little bit of potty in the toilet, even if they had an accident. If they go in the toilet at all, we're going to praise. If they tell you they had to go potty, then we're going to praise. I even went as far as to if my daughter had an accident and she told me she had an accident, I would say like, oh, good job, you noticed you went potty. Thank you for telling mommy. Let's go in the potty chair next time. So just find opportunities to just hype them up. I guess I can't think of a better word for that right now, but just encourage them as best you can, and that will help them learn quicker. Something you could do too to also find a different way to praise them, and this one worked really well for our daughter, is to tell the other parent. So like when her dad came home, I would always say, oh, Dad, did you know that Hazel went potty in the potty chair today? Hazel didn't have any accidents, or Hazel only had one accident today. So that's something you could do, like when mom or dad comes home, then tell them in front of your child how proud of your child you are. And that helps them because they love to hear positive talk about themselves. Who doesn't, really? So that was something that really helped a lot. And that is one of my best tips too, is just having them hear you talk highly of them to someone else. Obviously keep their privacy in mind. Don't go telling strangers. Don't go telling family members that aren't like close. I don't think that's necessary, but people that are close to you and people that your child cares about, then I think that's a really good thing for them to hear, is you talking highly of them and their accomplishments, and that will just help them want to do it more and learn better. The next point I have to make is take them potty often. Obviously these tips work better if you are a stay-at-home mom and you solely take care of your house and children, because you have more energy to put into doing this. And it will go a lot quicker, but you can still do this even if you're a working parent and everything too. We want to take them often to the toilet because we want to set them up for success. We want to get them comfortable, but mainly set them up for success. People learn by succeeding and failing, but in this case, we want them to be having a positive experience, positive reinforcement, so we want to set them up for success. Another reason we want to catch them before they have to go is because we, as the caregivers, parents, whatever, whoever's teaching them, want to make a huge deal about when they go potty in the toilet. We want to make it like the best thing that's ever happened in the whole world. We want them to know how like amazing it is that they're learning to go potty in the toilet, because again, that's going to help them learn fast, and that's the goal, right? A smaller little point I want to make is to buy big kid undies, ones that maybe they'll find fun or cool looking. So if your child is really into a certain like show or toy, if you could find themed underwear like that, that'd be great. Otherwise, just make a big deal that they're big kid undies, and yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much all I have to say about that one. My next point is a very short one also. I totally forgot about doing my laundry, so I'm just gonna push it aside while I finish this up because we're almost done. But this one is to get a little potty, and even if you have multiple bathrooms in your house, I would still suggest getting a little potty for 2 reasons. Well, 3 reasons. 1, because sometimes kids are afraid of the big toilet right away. 2, because if you're in the car or somewhere that doesn't have a bathroom, you still want them to get used to going in the potty whenever they have to go. So if you have to pull over and pull out the little potty, it's great for that. And the 3rd reason being is because even if you have multiple bathrooms in your house, you want to have a potty with you, around you, pretty much at all times when you're potty training, because likely when they tell you they have to go or show signs of having to go, you're not going to have much time before they have an accident, so you want to get them to the toilet. You're going to want to get them to the toilet ASAP before they have the accident. So those little potties are really helpful, and I'd suggest even getting a couple if you want. There's really cheap ones at Target or Amazon, whatever. Or you can get really nice, cute ones that look like real toilets. So unfortunately, the next one is probably not an option for everybody, but if it is, I would really suggest you taking a few days to stay home and not leave the house with your kid at all. So if you work, this is obviously really difficult. Maybe try and do this over the weekend when you start potty training, but it's easier for kids to learn in their own environment, and it again gives them less opportunities for accidents, which is what we want. We want to avoid accidents. So try and take a few days off so you can like keep your eye on your kid and bring them potty pretty much all day long. Again, I know that's not an option for people who are working, but if you can take a few days off or weekends, that would be good. So this next one is about rewards, and this one is likely going to be a little controversial for some people, but that's okay. It's alright if we don't agree on everything. You don't have to do it, but this is what we did. So the first part, not controversial, we did a sticker chart, and that was very helpful. Every time she had a successful trip to the potty, we would have her put a sticker on her chart. Nothing fancy. I just wrote boxes on a piece of paper and had some stickers lying around from when I was a piano teacher, and they were just like little smiley faces, and she loved it. She loved putting a sticker on when she went potty, so that was fun. And we could also show her sticker chart to Dad. We could show it to Grandma. And that helped her a lot. Now the second part is food rewards. I know that is kind of frowned upon nowadays, but the reason that we did it is because with number 2, that's sometimes a little bit more scary for kids, and she would end up not going because she was too scared to go, and she also didn't want to have an accident. So we ended up doing food rewards. We didn't use any specific really special food. We just did foods that we knew she liked. And it wasn't like she could only have these foods when she went potty either. It was just like a extra little good job, I guess. It worked for us, and it helped her not feel sick from holding in going to the bathroom. So she would get food rewards for going number 2. And that was really helpful because, again, she would be really scared to go and ended up not going for a while, and it would make her feel sick. So that was something that really helped for us. Again, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. If you disagree with that, then yeah, that's all for that one. My last point is about elimination communication, and this is something you can do from the time your baby is born up until you potty train. We did do a little bit of EC with Hazel when she was about 6 months old, and she did catch on to it. I'm not going to go into it because that's a whole nother video. You can look it up if you want to. Basically, you're just finding their cues, and then you have them go on the toilet when they're a baby based on their cues, things like that. We did do that for a few months when she was around 6 months old, and that worked really well. We then stopped when we moved because it was just too much when we were living with family and moving in between houses. But I do think having her be introduced to the potty at such a young age helped her feel more comfortable when it did come time to potty train. But I do know elimination communication can help you potty train even quicker if you stick with it from the time you start all the way until they're potty trained. There can be babies potty trained super, super early before they can even walk. So look into that. That's neat. Okay, that is all I have to say about this topic. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that you got a few tips that you haven't heard before or haven't thought of before. But that's all I have to say. That's how we potty trained our daughter at 20 months, and it worked really well for us. So I hope that you guys got something out of this video. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to message me on Instagram or comment on this video. I'll do my best to get back to them right away. But yeah, that's it. If you have been watching me for a while, or if you're brand new and you're not subscribed yet, I would really appreciate if you've subscribed. It helps my channel out a lot. I feel weird saying this, but I would also really enjoy having you around in our community. I really feel like we're all friends, and I have been thinking about maybe starting a Facebook group where we can just like use it to chat with each other, kind of like a support group for all of us. It would just be women. I don't know. If that'd be fun, let me know, because maybe I'll do that soon. Anyways, yeah, we'd love to have you a part of this little community, and yep, That's all. Thank you so much for watching, and maybe I'll see you back next time. Bye.